Alright everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to 3 and Out with the Dolphins. Your host Ron here as I go over the team scores and player stats of the victory they got into and took advantage of as the Dolphins crushed the New England Patriots 31-17. Yes, we crushed them boys in our backyard, yes, at Hard Rock Stadium, and you cannot ask for no more. Team came out firing. Tua hit Tyreek on a long bomb, which put him up 7. I mean, that combination between Tua and Tago is dynamic. Now, I ain't gonna leave Waddle out. I mean, Tua is synced with all his receivers on the team, including his running backs. We gotta go ahead and do a little screen pass here and there. Tua got good control. Yes, he got good control over his accuracy, his timing, and he is in sync with his team players. Yes, let's go over the scores. In the first quarter, New England scored 7, Miami 7. Second quarter, New England 0, Miami 10. That's when Miami started pulling away. That gives Miami 17-7 as they go into halftime. Coming out in the third quarter, New England 3, Miami 7. Fourth quarter, New England 7, because they scored a touchdown at the last end of the minutes. Miami 7, which gives Miami the total and the thrash spanking of New England Patriots 31-17. Let's go over player stats. On New England side, Mac Jones did his thing. 19 for 29 for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And he was sacked 3 times for a 20-yard loss. On the rushing end, Moore, Stevenson, 10 for 39. Ezekiel Elliott, 7 for 36. Damari Douglas, 1 for 4. And Mac Jones tried to run the ball. He ran the ball 1 time for a -2, which gives the team a total of 19 carries and 77 yards on the rushing. In the air, New England had some targets. Kendrick Bourne, 3 receptions, 36 yards, 1 touchdown. Furaha Brown, 2 receptions for 33. Hunter Henry, 3 for 28 yards. Demario Douglas, 5 for 25. Because we already know that Mac Jones like his running backs coming out the backfield. That's where mostly all of his yards go to anyway, is running backs coming out the backfield. Devontae Parker was getting going, but as always, injuries. He had a head collision, which put him out for the rest of the game. He had 1 reception for 14 yards. Mike Gesicki. Yes, Gesicki went to New England. He had 2 receptions for 11 yards. And Rodham Stevenson, 2 for 11. Juju Smith-Schuster, 1 for 3. And Jalen Rigor, 0 for 0. Giving the team 19 receptions for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, on Miami side, yes, my home team, my team, Big Daddy Tago, had 30 of 45. 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And yes, Tua said he needs to stop making mistakes, because once you start making those mistakes, you give the opposing team, especially their defense, the advantage of controlling the game. So Tua corrected that, and he got out that foolishness. He said, hey, let's do our thing. Let's win this ball game. And they did. So Tua completed 30 of 45 of 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception on the rushing attack. Yes, it wasn't all that great, but the rushing could have been better because New England defense was keeping them shutting them down, trying to force Miami to go one-dimensional. But Miami said, we ain't having that. Raheem Mostert, 13 carries for 46 yards and 1 touchdown. Jeff Wilson Jr. had 5 carries for 23 yards. Tua Tago jumped in the mix too with 6 carries for 8 yards. Savon Ahmed, 2 carries for 1 yard. Giving the team a total of 26 carries, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. On the receiving, we know the air attack is dynamic and it's not going to be stopped. Jalen Waddle had 7 receptions for 121 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, Big Daddy Hill, going up top, going strong, and he's finishing strong. Had 8 receptions for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Durham Smith, 3 receptions for 28 yards. Savon Ahmed had 4 receptions for 16 yards. Chase Claypool, 1 reception for 15 yards. Jeff Wilson Jr. had 2 receptions for 14 yards. Braxton Barrows had 2 receptions for 8 yards. Alec Ingo had 1 reception for 5 yards. Julian Hill had 1 reception for 4 yards, and Cedric Wilson Jr. had 1 reception for 1 yard, the goal line play, and that led into a touchdown. Reception was 30 receptions for 324 yards and 3 TDs. Boy, Tua loves slinging that ball. When you give Tua targets, and he knows where they're at, and he knows the assignments of his receivers, non-stop it. Oh, Big Daddy Tago said, let's go, let's get it, let's do this. And yes, Tua did fumble the ball, and he lost the ball. So yes, that was our only turnover, which is 2. 1 fumble and a interception. So yes, the Dolphins had 2 turnovers, which they need to cut that out. You cannot make those mental mistakes. Ball control, they need to work on. Definitely. You know, especially they playing Kansas City Chiefs overseas Sunday, and they cannot make no mistakes against that Chief defense and Super Bowl champions. You got to go in there. You got to control the tempo, control the flow, and that's how it's going to go. All right, let's go into team stats. Basically, New England was nothing to the Dolphins. It was just too much Dolphins. Patriots couldn't handle it. Patriots didn't know how to handle it. As total yards, New England had 218 total yards to Miami 390 total yards. Yes, New England had 1 turnover. Miami had 2 turnovers. First downs, New England had 13. First downs to Miami, 24 first downs. Time of possession was 24 minutes and 5 seconds to Miami, 35 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah, it was just too much Dolphins that the Patriots could not handle. And when you go ahead and you crank it like that, Dolphins are non-stoppable. Yes. Yes, they are non-stoppable. Now, what's coming up next for the Dolphins? As I mentioned, and there's the schedule. In week 9, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, yes, we do. We got the Kansas City Chiefs overseas. Can we go 7-2? Come home with the victory as we enter our bye week, or will the Chiefs give us a smackdown spanking and bring us home with the loss? And then we got to figure out on bye week to get everything ready as we play the Raiders. So, the game, as y'all know, is overseas. It starts about 9-something in the morning. Yes. So, y'all get up, get everything going. Get your barbecue, get your grilling, and say, let's do this. Alrighty, that covers everything we need to know with 3-0 with the Dolphins as they face them Chiefs. International. Kickoff is at 9:30 in the morning. Y'all know how we do. Can the Dolphins spank the Chiefs and go 7-2? Or will they fall to 7-3? Who knows? 6-3. Who knows? But we're going to find out Sunday as the Dolphins face them Chiefs. Alrighty. Thank y'all for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Enjoy. And as I always say, I'm out.